All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And Jodi is super excited for this one. I'd love to see that. She saw QI and her eyes lit up. There was no other reason why they lit up. And we have our friend, we don't know him at all, but we've seen him on Wilty a few times, Henning Wehn. And what is he talking about today?
He's ranting about, well, it's Henning Wehn rant about the war.
The war. Now, should we assume that's World War I?
Or it could be the war of something else.
I'm going to assume it's World
The
War I.
war on witches and witchcraft?
Highly doubt it.
I just have to say,
I don't think he has that strong opinion about that. He might.
I have to say I'm so excited. My friend and I are going to England and Scotland next summer, and we are going to all these witchy places. I'm super excited.
Or you can just listen to Eagles' Witchy Woman and have the same effect.
And we're going to see the Slane's Castle, which is supposedly inspired Bram Stoker to write Dracula.
Oh my. She's very excited.
I'm so excited.
And I get to be with the kids for that time.
Oh, but they're going to be with their grandmas for a week, so you get a whole week off.
Oh, I love it.
I love you.
No, you don't.
You're going to go on your own vacation with your friends, too.
If I had any friends. And
what about Gabe? Oh my gosh, Gabe. So sorry.
I just use them. I use them all. All I need is some baseball.
Do you use me?
No. I use you to make sure I'm not lonely. If that's using it, I don't know.
In more ways than one.
I love having you around. Absolutely. If you like our reaction to this anyway, please don't forget to
like this video, subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded videos. And we're going to hear about the war. It literally is in quotation marks, too.
Thank you for that. Here we go.
You're welcome.
In the Isle of Man, they had corporal punishment until 1976. And what type of wood did they administer it with?
Oh.
Well, I know I'm going to get a buzz on
Walnut.
this because it's normally called birching, but it wasn't a birch. It doesn't matter because the point
Injustice is anyway.
So did it depend on how bad you'd been? So if you were really bad, it was holly, and they left the leaves on. But if you weren't so bad, it would be like sort of willow
Balsa
fronds,
wood.
you know, or balsa wood for you. But
Hazel. Yeah, the hazel. In Britain,
Ow.
birching, as it was known, was banned in 1948, but they didn't stop it until the 1970s in the Isle of Man, even though they tried to keep it by saying, all right, well, OK, what about if we let them keep their trousers on?
In America, there is still the tradition in some parts of birthday spanking. So,
Really?
yeah, where you go to school and then because it's your special day, and then there's a special treatment, the teacher takes the pedal out and then you get a few. And some people say, oh, we have to ban it, it's cruel. And then others say, no, we can't, it's a tradition.
Yes.
So they have to carry on trashing the kids.
Weird.
I never lived during a time or at a school that did that.
No.
But I will say there was several years, and I think even my parents too, where it was like a playful thing, but it's like, oh, it's your birthday, you're going to get birthday smacks. And if you were 13, then you get 13. And
Yeah.
it's not like full-on violent smacks, but yes, they would hit your bottom, and then even your friends would be like,
I was
oh,
just to say,
I'm going to do it too. And it's like, oh my gosh.
my friends would be the ones that would do it. And they'd be like, 1, 2, and they'd all take turns. And
Could
it
you
probably
imagine?
sounds really, really bad.
As-
But it's what you did as like teenager.
Yeah, it was just a tradition that I'm sure nobody likes unless you were the ones doing the smacking.
Well, and I never got it hard. Like, it was just...
And then for people that didn't want to like just touch your bum, then they would just like punch your arm.
Yeah.
Your 13 times.
Oh my
or
gosh,
whatever.
they would give you punches too. Yes, 1, 2, 3, and then they would start to hurt, and you'd be like, okay, I'm done. This has happened like 10 times today.
It hurt. I was reacting. But anyways, as a teacher, that'd be kind of messed up. Could you imagine?
It really hurt.
Oh, they're humongous. Could you imagine if I had to give like birthday
No,
paddles?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would.
Be like, I'm gonna skip that.
Nope. Not
It's about like family Christmas. No one likes it still because it's a tradition. Everyone has to go through it.
we get the idea of bringing a tree in to the.
That's your idea?
That's a German idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Did we invent Christmas?
Well, a lot of elements of it. Obviously.
now I say, come on. Either we invented it or we didn't.
Yeah. It's like that terrible joke, which I'm sure you must have been told, about the couple who adopt a German baby. you know it, yes, you must know it.
Is there only one joke that involves a German baby?
You know,
He doesn't speak.
It doesn't speak
Another
at
one
all.
where he doesn't speak.
He never speaks.
Yeah.
They have
Until he's about
yeah,
5.
Yeah.
Five.
Want
And
me
they
to
go,
say
they
the
take him to be
punchline?
tested.
Because they think, is he stupid? Is he deaf and dumb?
Everything functioning normally,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And then one day,
one day,
Go on, Alan.
one day,
they give him,
then he goes,
he has some
"Matza."
apple strudel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says,
Matza, this Apfelstrudel is a bit tepid.
and they say, Wolfgang, you've never spoken before. After all these years, now you finally speak. Why haven't you spoken before? And he says,
Up until now, everything had been satisfactory.
It's a great joke. Very
Do you know,
pleasing.
this is,
like a relay joke.
this is the most fun a Danish person has had with a German since 1940.
Don't mention the war!
Well, there you are.
It's funny, the war. I mean, I have to chip in now. I mean, the war. The war is always World War II. It's never any of the more current ones.
No, that's true.
They go with the war, and everyone in Britain takes personal credit for Britain winning it. Even people that weren't born at the time of World War II, they still take personal credit for Britain winning it. I've personally been a lot more annoyed by the Brits that are now in their 70s, and they bang on about how they helped win the war. I mean, let's quickly do the maths. If you're in your 70s now, how old were you at the end of World War II?
That's true.
Maybe 10 years old? Yeah. How did you help win the war? When you were just 10 years old, you did not help
By not
win the war.
eating bananas.
Yeah. You were nothing but a drain on British resources.
You've got to admire his guts, haven't you?
Effectively, every 70-year-old Brit effectively fought on the side of Nazi Germany. And lost the war every little bit as much as we did.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Oh, goodness.
I've never seen him get so worked up about something. Now, I know Wilty's more of a playful type thing, but I like seeing that. And of course, I was wrong. Maybe it's the Great War is the first one. I don't know. I just thought the first one had a different nickname besides just World War One or WW1. But I was wrong. I could see that if you are a German immigrant into a place like England or any other kind of European power during that time that was on the opposite side of Germany, I can see you getting tired of that. But I mean, it's a crazy history because you get the World War One, right? And then Germany was blamed for all these things, and so it's just like, they're going to blame us anyways. Let's go to war. I mean, that period of time was not very, history was not on their side.
No.
And a lot of it rightfully so. I mean, she mentioned the whole Danish thing, absolutely, but I think Poland had a little worse. But yeah, he's absolutely hilarious. So funny there. And we learned about a little German joke, so that was kind of funny.
Yep. Everything was satisfactory until
That
now.
Alan apparently knew very, very well.
Yes.
And they didn't even plan out, but they're like, okay, you go, I go. That was very impressive.
Yep.
But as always, I learned so much from QI, as I always do. It's almost like random conversations on some kind of topic, and it kind of usually goes elsewhere. Mm-hmm. But I always learn several things, so I love reacting to it. Hopefully you liked our reaction to this one. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
Goodbye.